Are you ready to move your career forward? Make your comeback with Purdue Global and get college credit for your work, school, life, or military experiences. With these credits, you may have already completed up to 75% of your undergraduate degree. You've worked hard to get where you are. It's time to get the recognition you deserve and earn a degree you'll be proud of, one that employers will trust and respect. When you take the next step in your life and career, make it count with Purdue Global, Purdue's online university for working adults. Start your comeback at purdueglobal.edu.
Set summer in motion with the most adventurous Honda vehicles yet, like the Passport and Pilot Trail Sport, and the Ridgeline, built for better off-road performance and engineered for more adventure. Summer's here. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.9% APR on a 2023 Honda Pilot, a 2.9% APR on a 2023 Passport, and a 0.9% APR on a 2023 Ridgeline.
Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Hello. From Wonder Media Network, I'm Jenny Kaplan, and this is Womanica. This month, we're talking about folk heroes, women whose lives and stories took on mythic proportions. Today, we're talking about the woman who foretold the invention of iron ships, the Great Fire of London, and the defeat of the Spanish Armada. Or at least, people say she did. What matters is that they believed her and passed on her stories and prophecies until they took on a life of their own. Let's talk about Mother Shipton. This is how her legend begins. Before there was Mother Shipton, there was Ursula Southeil, a baby born in the night in a cold, damp cave to a 15-year-old girl named Agatha. It was 1488 in North Yorkshire, England, during the reign of Henry VII. Ursula's birth raised one main question amongst the locals. Who was the father? Agatha refused to reveal his identity. This secrecy led to all kinds of speculation and rumor. Because Agatha was a young girl who had a child out of wedlock, she must have been under the influence of the devil. Or that Agatha was a witch. An accusation commonly thrown at women living alone in the medieval era. Agatha was ostracized and was forced to raise her child in the cave in which the child was born by the banks of the river Nid. 2 years passed. Then the abbot took pity on Agatha and found a family to foster Ursula. Agatha was sent away to a nunnery, where she died a few years later. Ridicule and scorn followed young Ursula. She was teased for her large crooked nose and twisted body by other children. Strange stories kept circulating about her, like the one about the time Ursula's foster mother left her alone as a baby. When the foster mother returned from running errands, the door was wide open. Afraid of what might still be in the house, she called her neighbors for assistance, and the group heard a loud wailing from inside. It sounded like 1,000 cats. They went inside and found Ursula's crib empty. When they looked up, they saw her perched above the fireplace, naked and cackling. Ursula ended up spending a lot of time alone to get away from the rumors. She went to the forest where she studied plants and animals. She slowly became familiar with which plants made remedies and which made poisons. Ursula gained a reputation in town as an herbalist. It was around that time that she met a local carpenter named Tobias Shipton. Ursula was 24 years old when she married Tobias. People were so surprised that he proposed, they assumed she must have cast a spell on him. Doubt also applied when he died 2 years into their marriage. People assumed Ursula had something to do with it. A social outcast once more, she retreated to the woods for good. Ursula was then known as Mother Shipton. People sought her out for her services as an herbalist. Around the same time, she began to have prophetic visions. The first ones were small and local. She foretold that a local church would fall in the night till the highest stone in the church be the lowest stone of the bridge. Soon after, a big storm broke the steeple off a local church in Yorkshire, casting it down upon a bridge below. Over time, Mother Shipton's reputation grew, and so did the scale of her prophecies. She was credited for predicting the Great Fire of London, and one account says that even the royal family discussed her prediction of the event. Her most famous prophecy claimed, "The world to an end shall come in 1881. But that verse first appeared in a written pamphlet in 1862, more than 200 years after Mother Shipton's death. The world's end did not come as prophesized. But this account indicated something bigger at play. The majority of written pamphlets, biographies, and prophecies about Mother Shipton and her life were second-hand accounts. Many of the accounted prophecies were written after the foretold events and then backdated. Was Mother Shipton real at all? Some scholars believe she wasn't. Some say that if anything, she was a media phenomenon, a convenient authority figure used to spread opportunistic stories. Whether she was real or not, she still exists in stories, legends, and drawings as the depiction of what a witch looks like, with a pointy hat, hooked nose, and a gnarled face. The writer Ed Simon also points to what Mother Shipton's folk legacy says about the many accounts of her life and about us. That in past prophecies we hope not just for predictive power, but also for evidence of a connection with times long past, a sense that we are not so alone, cut off and adrift in our particular age, but rather characters in a narrative penned long ago. All month we're talking about folk heroes. For more information, find us on Facebook and Instagram at Womanica Podcast. Special thanks to Liz Kaplan, my favorite sister and co-creator. Talk to you tomorrow.
No one likes to talk about money. Am I saving enough? Can I buy a house? Am I paying too much in taxes? Will I be able to retire? What if you could unlock insights about your finances in less than 5 minutes with a clear picture of where you stand today and where your money can work harder? Now you can. Visit Facet.com to take the free quiz and get your financial wellness score today. That's FACET.com. This ad is sponsored by Facet. Facet Wealth Incorporated is an SEC-registered investment advisor. This is not an offer to buy or sell securities, nor is it investment, legal, or tax advice.
In our 22 years of friendship, Andy, this has to be the most bizarre thing we've ever done.
I know. I love it. Our podcast, My Vagina Said What, is a podcast where we ask our everyday vagina listeners to pull up a seat at the best friends table as we share our most personal and humiliating stories and ask questions about women's bodies.
We are going to discuss all body things, like what exactly are we supposed to do with our pubes?
Oh my gosh. If you could have a heart-shaped pube that were bedazzled in pink rubies.
Perimenopause?
I feel right now justified. I'm going to start my own personal movement. I'm going to start blaming anything that goes wrong in my life on perimenopause. Leg hair too long?
Perimenopause.
Don't have the will to clean?
Perimenopause.
Exactly.
Our whack periods, boob issues, and so much more.
Listen to My Vagina Said What podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. What?
Successful legal careers start at Stevenson University. Our bachelor's degree in legal studies is approved by the American Bar Association. And with expert faculty who are attorneys themselves, an award-winning mock trial team, and a state-of-the-art mock trial courtroom, you can see why our graduates attend top law schools and go on to successful careers. It's a great day to be a Stevenson Mustang. See why. Schedule your visit at stevenson.edu/toursu.